Okay, so welcome to my second video. I'm going to show you how to transfer cultures from test tube to test tube today. So, I already have my gloves on. Normally, I wouldn't have my gloves on. But I'm going to show you what should have been my first steps, but I've already done it. So, I should have used my germicide to spray down my table, followed by paper towels to wipe it up, and then let that dry so that way it did its job. So, then I'm going to be getting ready to transfer my culture from test tube to test tube. So, the first thing I want to do is ready my test tube. So, here it is, an empty test tube. What am I going to do? I'm going to label it. I need to know what culture is going in there. So, I'm going to take what would have been a China marker. But I don't have China markers without the lab. So, I'm going to take a good old Sharpie over here and label on the side. And what am I going to label it? I'm going to label it what the specimen is. So, we're using mustard. So, and then I'm going to put my initials because people want to know who did this. So, that's done. I'm going to put my China marker, aka my Sharpie, away. And put my unused test tube back in my test tube in my rack. So, I sterilized this last time. Isn't it still sterile? Nope. I set it down on the table in between laps. So, this is not still sterile. So, I'm going to put it back in my Bactocinerator. For how long? 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Now, I gotta wait 3 seconds and let it cool. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna wait 1, 2, 3. Awesome. It's ready to use. So, I'm gonna hold it like I'm supposed to be holding it, kind of like how you hold a pencil almost. And I'm gonna take the test tube full of stuff in it. And the one that I just labeled, let me find it. Not that one. It's this one. Okay, so I'm going to hold both in my hands. And I'm going to open, without touching the other one, I'm going to open the top of this one. Open the top of this one because this one's still sterile. Hasn't been used. So I can open this top, and I'm going to hold it in another finger. So I'm going to dip my already sterilized inoculation loop into my culture and get some culture on there. Okay. So now I'm going to recap the old test tube and put that right back in the test tube rack. So up here. Normally, I would never touch the side of this test tube. Normally, there's a medium in here, so I can just put it on that. But, again, since I'm not in the lab, I don't have that. So I'm just going to come in and do like I did with the Petri dish and put it on there. Okay, so it's in there. It's in there. So I'm going to cap it on up. And it's ready to go for whatever experiment I was doing. So it's going to go back in the test tube rack up here. Again, I'm not done. My handy-dandy inoculation loop is still dirty. So, I'm going to put it in the Bacto incinerator again for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. It's done. So now it can be used again, like I said before. Now, when I was done with these test tubes, let's say I wanted to throw a test tube out, take the old test tube and say, you know what? Done with it. I did all I could do with it. Where am I going to put it? Biohazardous waste. Then I'm done. Officially done. Thank you for coming and watching my video.